Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SF1 GP1 here for round 14, the Belgian Grand Prix held at Spa SF1 Roads in the comms booth. Here to bring you guys all the action. Low turnout this evening, a little disheartening. Only 13 drivers have decided to make it. I'm sure a couple of them are enjoying the holiday weekend as it is a holiday in the States, or some of them have tuned into the Indy 500, which I think is just about wrapping up. So I'm sure that those guys might be watching that. But nevertheless, we're going to dive into qualifying here. Let's see who can put themselves on pole position. Right now, there's only a couple guys out on track. I believe there is rain that is going to be hitting the race at the beginning of this race. So these guys are going to start probably on intermediates. It could possibly be full wets to begin this race. It would be really interesting if it's full wets. So we'll see. Most of these guys, I'm going to be sure, are we're going to run a dry compound, or not dry compound, a dry setup, because the rest of the race looks pretty clear. Looks like JML's gonna give it a little shot on the medium compound, maybe try to save the softs for the race, but we'll see. Let's see who might be the first one to put a time on the board this evening. You have a McLaren coming down the road. Is that Hellboy? Hellboy's on an out lap. We have Bill, who's going to reserve this evening for the Racing Point team. He's going to pull into the pits as well. So the next car looks like it's going to be Hubdy on an out lap. So Eke is really the one that's going to give it a go here. He's going to be the first to cross the line and try to put a time in. He did invalidate his first go around, so we'll see. Dark Mark, embarrassing turnout. Well, there are a lot of factors in that. There are a lot of, I know it's a bank holiday for the States. I'm pretty sure it is for the UK as well, from what Carlos was telling me. And the fact that the Indy 500's on, I know a lot of people watch that, so we'll see if Eke can get a time on the board this evening. Yellow Sector 3, not sure what that's for. Eke crosses the line with a 41.7 to put the first time on the board this evening in short qualifying. Take a look down through the field. Bill has retired. That's right, he is a reserve. What's Indy 500? Never heard of it. The man is full of jokes this evening. Let's see, I had a decent race. A couple last minute decisions that helped me in this race on Friday. Let's see if that kind of carries over into this evening. Harrison goes with a 41.7 to pretty much match Eke's time. JML goes a 42.8 on a set of medium compounds, so he should be able to improve if he chooses to on a set of softs. And Amadeo's doing a couple spins. Maybe taking that Williams car to the valet, we're not sure. But he is off track, and he's going to have to reset himself to go for another time around. Let's take a look down the field. We have Hubs is on a flyer as well. Where's his teammates? Teammates coming out of the pits now. Let's see what time Hubs can get in with that Alfa Romeo. Last chicane, right, then a left down the straight with DRS. He's going to go with a 142.9 on a set of softs. We will run with somebody eventually. Rassimol sitting in the pits as well. Zero makes his return after missing last week's Grand Prix. Let's see what he can do. Got to give a plug in the SF1 go-kart event in July. I would, but I'm not attending because I don't live close enough. Unless you guys want to make a GoFundMe charity, and then you guys can send me the money to skip across the pond and then drive against you guys. But I don't want to embarrass SF1 Carlos too much. Zero is on a flyer. Let's see what time he can get in with that Ferrari this evening. Now, I will say 13 drivers this evening, but I know all 13 of these guys are going to give you guys quite a show, so make sure you stay tuned into this race, because that's typically what is going to happen, especially with the rain at the beginning. It's going to be quite spicy. Zero's going to cross the line. It's going to be a quick time. It's going to be a 41.7 as well. So, 3 drivers so far in a 41.7, all so close. Let's see how that pans. And they're remaining. Let's see if JML is on a medium compound. He's going to pull into the pits. Let's see. Everybody else is in the pits as we speak. We have a couple guys on the outlap. Let's ride with this man. Don't give him too much. I'll give you a spoiler. Gunners wins. Alright, here we go. We'll ride along with SF1 Stig for the flyer around Spa, one of my favorite tracks in the game. It takes a lot of concentration to get around this longest track on the calendar as well. Let's ride with the Alfa Romeo driver, shall we? Coming up for a hard 90-degree right-hander. Stick goes a little deep on that corner. And down the famous up the hill. I'm not even gonna say it. It's El Rouge and then Radion. Gonna get it wrong. Stig fighting the car just a bit. Had to lift just a bit. There's gonna be DRS down the Camel Straight. That's a purple sector, but he hasn't that time, so that's personal best. Easy does it. Stayed in 6th going through there. That's actually pretty impressive. And then hard on the brakes. Easy place to go in deep or lock up. And then this is a really problem spot. Oh, grabs a lot of the curb. Lost control of the car a little bit. It's going to cost him a couple tenths. But that can spit you out a invalidation if you go a little wide on that. And he's going to go, oh, he goes ever so wide on that one as well. Could have. Let's grab a beer and do some laps then, I suppose. Yes, sir. Foster's Australian for beer. Stig goes nice through here. We have sector yellow for some reason. Stig really riding that curve quite a bit. Sure. Maybe Stig has had a couple of adult beverages so far. We'll see. There's a car on the inside. Zero. He's just pulled off to get out of the way from the Alfa Romeo. Stig, oh, invalidates. Yep, that's what I'm telling you. This track will penalize you quite hard. So he's going to have to pull into the pits and give it another go. You guys had the gist of a lap around here. It's a long lap. It takes a lot of concentration. And there are a lot of corners. And if you just get it ever so wrong, you can invalidate. You're going to have to pull into the pits and give it another go. Ross is now on an out lap. Let's see if Enzo can get a good time on the board. 3 guys still sitting on a 41.7. Can he top those guys? He's invalidated this lap. So he's going to have to wait and give it another go. Eke is thinking about having another shot at it. Maybe try to improve on his 41.7. There's a car coming out of the pits now. It's a Williams. It's going to be Amundale. It's going to tuck in right behind the Renault. Harrison is on an out lap as well. Can he improve on his time this evening? Clouds are looming, I will say that, because there is going to be a little bit of rain that hits this race. Let me see. They did send me a quick shot of it. I want to see what the dial looks like. Okay, so it's going to be an intermediate compound, damp conditions with light rain. So they're going to start on an intermediate, and we'll see how long it takes for the track to dry out. This is a tricky track too, because some corners can stay a little bit more damp than others, and it takes quite a bit of time for it to dry out. I noticed that quite a bit. Which track was that? It was, I believe, the French Grand Prix in GP2, where we started in the rain, and then it took a little bit of time for some of the track to dry out. See if Eke can improve on his 41.7. The track should have improved a little bit with the rubber being laid down, so the grips level are going to be higher. Goes a bit deep into the first end of the chicane. DRS is his. He's going to match his. No, he improves at 41.3. So putting that benchmark just a little bit higher for Harrison and Zero to try to catch up. Good solid lap from Zero on his week when he returns. Oh, Hellboy loses control of that McLaren and slides off into the grass. He's going to have to wait for the Mercedes to pass. He has a Williams approach. No, it's the other Mercedes that is approaching. Pulls off into the gravel. Nicely done from the McLaren driver. Rossimolo is now approaching. Right, let's jump down the field. We have Hubdy on an out lap. Let's see. The man himself, Dark Mark, or as we know, SF1 Senna is on an out lap. We'll give him a little bit of TV time too. We'll ride board with him, see what time he can set in this evening. Once he starts that lap, I'll keep an eye on the mini map. Enzo on an out lap as well. A couple of these guys have seemed to struggle with the curbs on this track. I wonder if they're running behind. Let's jump on board with the Ferrari driver, SF1 Senna, give him a nice hot lap. Little bit of TV time. Running that bright yellow helmet. Coming into the first chicane, 90-degree, down the hill. Ride the curves a little bit. You don't want to spend too much time on them. See if he lifts going through that famous hill. No lift there. Even upshifts. A little bit of a aggressive hill climb. Nice and smooth, not twitching too much. You want to keep the car as centered as possible. Attack that curb on the outside. Don't go too wide though, because you can invalidate. And then hard on the brakes here. Don't want to lock up. It goes in a bit deep too. That's the second driver I've seen do that. See if they do that in the race. Easy does it around the curb. Watch the exit because you can invalidate as well. And then I typically take this corner in 7th. Let off just a little bit and then stomp it back down. Solid job done by the Ferrari driver coming up to just about exiting Sector 2, coming into Sector 3. Oh, he's brave. I don't touch that curve. I've had that curve actually DNF me in a race in 2019. And it was like the slowest connection I've had with a wall that popped my wheel off. He's touched that outside curve too. These guys are really attacking the curbs more than I had in GP2 on Friday. Oh, he's lost it! Oh! That is lucky that he didn't see that tire fly off. Does he have enough time to get in the pit? He does, so he's going to pull into the pits and get a new front wing as well as a new set of soft compounds. Get out there and do a lap. See if Stig can get himself a lap on the board here, coming up to the final chicane. Looks like this one's going to count for him. DRS is open. He's going to cross the line and go P6 with 42 flat. Actually, his teammate is not too far. Okay, it's 42.9, but I think he did that on a medium compound. Let's see. Best. No, he did it on a soft compound. Hubs is going to pull into the pits as well. Stig is going to have to go the whole way around, so that's probably going to be his qualifying over with because the outlap and the inlap here are really long. So Eke still holding on to provisional pole. I did miss it, but JML jumped into P2 with a 41.4. Enzo gets himself into P3 with a 41.5. Harrison still sitting with a 41.7. And Zero with a 41.7. So a lot of guys, top 5 guys, are on a 41. Can that one driver improve just a bit to put themselves on provisional pole for the Belgian Grand Prix? Zero is on an outlap. Looks like Enzo is on an inlap. He's on invalidated this lap, so it's definitely got to be an inlap. See if Zero can push. A lot of these guys taking that current corner a little, almost like a race. I kind of take it wide and start my lap to get as much traction on the downforce. Enzo's probably going to pull into the pits. Let's see. Stig is on an inlap as well. Zero right now, the only one that's going to battle the top guys. Harrison and Eke are on an outlap. So we'll stay on board with Zero, see if he can improve. Don't mind me just having a bit of my coffee. So how are you guys' weekends so far this week? Hopefully they're, quite wonderful. I know I've seen a couple pictures from SF1 Carlos weekend. Looks like it was a very, very lovely weekend. Family time. I'm a bit jealous. My wife and my daughter decided to go for a nice walk. I missed it because streaming duties, but the things you guys, you do sometimes for a league. I was hoping for a bit more drivers to turn out. Might have to have a nice little word with some of these guys. There's a car going off slow in the inside. I believe that is a Mercedes. Stig is retired from the session, so he's going to sit on a 42 flat. We'll see how well that stands out for the rest of the session. Let's see if Zero can improve on his 41.7. Looks like Enzo is pit, so he's probably going to call it a session. Zero is going to cross the line and go P4 with a 41.5, so he does improve by 2/10, but only good enough for P4 as it stands. We'll see if Harrison can improve. He's just started his lap now with 50 seconds left. Zero pulls off onto the inside of the track to give Harrison the room. Nicely done from Harrison, going up Elworth into Reddy and down the Camel Straight. Can he get himself closer to Eke? Eke is starting to inch closer to him in the championship. I'll give you guys a full rundown of the points as soon as we land into the 5-minute complimentary break for these guys. Harrison really throwing that Mercedes around the corners as quick as he can, trying to gain as much time out of it as possible. Had a little bit of bad luck, hit his race the last couple weeks. See if that bad luck can be turned around this evening. We'll see if these guys have a race kind of chaotic as we did. I think we had 3 safety cars and a virtual safety car on Friday. Okay, on another flyer as well. He is... No, oh no! Harrison's invalidated, so that's going to be his session over with. Whereas Zero's going to be pulling in. Enzo's done. JML on a flyer. Where's Eke? Eke is invalidated as well, so he's not going to be able to improve. Could this come down to this Mercedes driver this evening? Can JML grab pole position? Let's take a look at his time when he's coming up into the end of Sector 2. We'll stay on board with him. And Hellboy get himself further up too. There are a lot of guys down there in the back that could improve with some of these top guys invalidating their laps. He's low on fuel. Let's take a look at his sector time. Is he down or is he up? He's up on his time, 2/10, so that would put him right ahead of Eke. Can he hold on to the pole position here? He's got to push. He's low on fuel, but I'm sure he has just enough to get him across the line. Could this be pole position for the Mercedes driver in JML? Last couple corners here. DRS, get the traction down as quick as possible. DRS is his. He's going to cross the line in pole position. JML grabs pole position for Spa. Can that stick? And Zero's going to pull in. Yeah, it's going to stick. So the Mercedes driver grabs pole position. So solid. Congratulations to JML this evening. Eke finishes P2. Start on the front row of the grid. We have Enzo in P3. Zero's P4. Amadale P5. Harrison down in P6. We have Stig P7. Alfa Romeo 7th and 8th. Hubdies in 8th. We have Hellboy in 9th. Senna 10th. And it cut me off to look. But loading up, we have Rasta in 11th, we have Soap in 12th, and we have Bill in 13th. And that's going to be it for your qualifying this evening. Heading on into the race. I think it is 22 laps, I believe, around the Belgian Grand Prix. If my memory serves me right. Sometimes my memory definitely does not serve me right. All right, we're going to load up. I'll give you guys a rundown of the points, and then I'm going to relax my voice while these guys have their 5-minute complimentary break. And there it is, that lovely rain that we were waiting to see. But I'll give you guys a look at the combined before we jump into this race. Combined is GP3, 2 and 1 points, all combined together. Williams still leading the way in first. We have Alfa in second still. Mercedes holding on to third. Renault make a move up, as well as Ferrari past the Racing Point as of last week from the Canadian Grand Prix. Racing Point falling to 6th. We have Red Bull in 7th. McLaren 8th. We have Haas in 9th. And 10th is still AlphaTauri. But we'll give you guys a better look at the Drivers' Championship so far. Harrison's still leading the way, but we do have Eke slowly catching him. Enzo is making his way up. JML's falling to 4th. We have Zero making his return this evening in fifth. Wasn't here last week. We have Stig in sixth. We have Gamer Boss who's not here this evening as well. Has missed a couple races now, so we'll have to see what's going on there. We have Hubdy in eighth. We have Senna in ninth. We have Amadale falling to 10th. We have Hellboy in 11th. Lando's not here this evening as well, probably watching the Indy 500 or has fallen asleep like he usually does. We have Soap in 13th. Rainer not here this evening, did make his way up to 14th. Mama falls to 15th. 16th is Shoof. We have Rassamol in 7th. 17th, sorry. And we have Luke Hughes in 18th. We have Kayron in 19th, not here this evening. And Sink waiting to make his debut, not here this evening. He's going to take over that Racing Point seat. But that's going to do it for the points rundown. Stay with us. I'm going to relax my voice. We'll be going racing probably in the next 3 to 4 minutes. Let's see. I can actually give you guys the exact time that we're going to be ready to roll. They usually let me know. Okay. So 03 on the dot. Keep you guys tuned in. We got 3 minutes to go. I'll be right here with you guys. I'm gonna relax my voice. Be right back. Let's have a solid GP1 race this evening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here for the formation lap around Spa. Round 14. Let's see what kind of drive these guys can have tonight, especially in the rain to start this race. So it could be kind of chaotic. We're going to give all this stuff off the screen because I kind of like to give a nice little view of the drivers before they set off for their race. So JML grabbing pole position. That is a good shout this evening. See if he can convert that into a win. He has a championship rival of his teammate just behind him, Eke. Let's see what kind of drive he can have this evening. Lots of guys warming those tires, definitely on the intermediate sec, so they're not going to have to follow qualifying and all start in the soft. Typically, I would say this is a, say, medium or soft compound to a medium race. That rain, nice. Following, let's see, it looks like Soap is ghosting, or is that Hellboy? I can't tell. And then we have the reserve this evening. Let's see if Bill had a pretty decent race on Friday. Let's see if he can bring that luck over into GP1 as well this evening. JML warming those intermediates to get ready for this race. Can he have a good start? Let's run down. My daughter and my wife did return, so if you guys hear my daughter, she's sitting right next to me. She's chilling. Looked like she had a lot of fun on that walk. I'm still a bit jealous. But if you guys hear it, that's okay. She's going to keep me company. Maybe help me do some comms. She's been very, very talkative as of late. Let's get a little idea of what the rain looks like here. Track is a bit damp. Not in terrible conditions. It is going to be a little hard to see. A lot of guys warming those tires. It's important, especially in the rain, to see nobody has made contact with any other drivers and put themselves on the 90 list to start on the grid with cold tires and brakes. And pretty much a cold engine too, if I think about it. That is a long formation lap. I forgot about that. A very, very long formation lap. So plenty of time, like Lucky said in the GP3 stream on Thursday, to warm those tires. It's like a couple guys really getting as much into it as possible. All right. Just about ready to go. Everybody finding their grid spots. Alright, give me a better camera angle than that. There we go. Get all that stuff off the screen. 5 red lights are lit here for the Belgian Grand Prix, and they're away. Let's see if JML can get a good start. Eke gets a good, decent start. Is JML going to give him a squeeze? Looks like the Williams is right there. Let's run through the field. I missed that completely. It looks like everybody just about makes it through. I don't see any carbon fiber flying anywhere. Run back up the field. Who is leading this race? Why is it all jumbled? There we go. JML up the hill now. Anybody gonna lose a bit of Looks like it's all said and done through. JML still leading this race. Good start for himself. Eke right behind. We have a move for the Williams and the Ferrari side by side, I think. And so, oh, there's a bit of a touch. Oh, I think that's Amandale and Zero. That might have to be looked at by the stewards after the race. I'm sure that's going to make a bottleneck of a lot of drivers behind him. Let's jump on board with the other Ferrari driver. Senna going toe-to-toe with the Alfa Romeo. Bit of a touch there. Senna actually winning GP2 last season in an Alfa Romeo. So treating his team a little aggressively, but here we go. There goes the Alfa Romeo now. Oh, there's a touch as well. No carbon fiber left after that one, though. It's scrappy for some of these guys at the beginning of this race. So let's jump on board Bill, reserve this evening. See how he's handling the conditions with these guys ahead of him. Taking it ever so easy around. So it is really raining. You can see a lot of guys lifting. Does it perfectly into that corner. Does he have McLaren behind him? He does. The AlphaTauri just ahead went a little deep in that corner. Let's jump on board with our leader right now. He's actually spanned the gap just a bit. Where's Eke? Eke is falling to P3 somewhere. And Stig has moved himself up to P4. So awesome opening stint for the Alfa Romeo driver. First lap is on. We're going to get the Delta back up. This back up for you guys as well. And we don't need the tires as of yet because we know as Eke lost connection, he is ghosting. I wonder if no, he's still here. Up the hill. Bill's moved his way up to. No, okay, the Delta's all messed up. The Delta is definitely all messed up. I don't think Bill is. Yeah, he's in 12th, following Senna. Now he's in the lead. There we have it. JML in the lead of this race. Amundale somehow sneaks up to P2, so it was Enzo that had that collision with Zero, I believe. Sector 2, that is McLaren. Soap is around. Soap losing out just a bit there. No damage to report, so he's good to carry on. He's going to have to cool those tires a bit. Alright, Stig now following Eke. Stig really battling. I know he loves the rain. Gets a little out of control there. It's going to allow Harrison to get a little closer. No DRS is going to be available for these guys just yet. B, stupid send button. Zero still holding on. Does he have any damage? Doesn't look to be the case. Nobody has made a move yet besides Amundale on Eke. Eke falling to P3. Let's see if any of these guys get themselves into a time penalty. JML setting another fast lap. Amundale matching it, improving on it. That's still really close. Let's jump down with Hubdy. Hubdy's following Hellboy and then McLaren. Gonna follow with Hubby up the hill. Oh, you can see Hellboy get a little sideways. Let's see if I'm missing anything here. No? Okay. I was just making sure I didn't have any penalties, being missed here. This is going to be a good battle. Senna versus Bill. JML extending his gap. 1.7 between himself and Amundale. Swap will be interesting. I think everyone will go to mediums. They want to drive before lap 15. We'll see. What did that delta? Zero really starting to breathe down that Mercedes neck, putting him under pressure. Stig getting closer. Enzo's going to be the first guy to grab a 3-second time penalty this evening for track extension reasons. Eke is really, I think, fighting these conditions quite a bit. He's already lost out to Amundale. He's got Stig just behind him. Let's jump on board. You can see that Alfa Romeo getting closer and closer. Stig gets a little out of control himself. Eke getting close. Stig getting close. Harrison still following that Alfa Romeo. Take a look at the other gaps. We have Bill closing in on SF1 Senna. JML sets swapping fast laps with Amundale again here. Eke rounds the corner, waiting for that rain to start to dissipate. We can see the dry line starting to show. So those intermediates are going to start to cook a little bit more. Looks like the conditions are starting to improve just a bit. Yeah, the rain is starting to lessen quite a bit now. I don't know. I'm going to say these guys might actually move to hard compounds if this rain dissipates a lot within a lap or two. It is, I think it's done raining. It's done raining. So this track could dry up by another lap or two. It's going to get a lot more interesting now once DRS has shown that it's going to be available. I'm going to give it probably a lap. Zero really getting close to Harrison. Stig still battling. We're trying to get right behind that Renault of Eke. A lot of these guys pretty close. Enzo is still sitting. GML still leading this race with a 1.2 second gap between himself and that Williams. When are we going to see that DRS enabled by race control? Any of these guys diving for the pits now, they know they're going to stay out. Nobody's going to take the gamble, it seems, just yet. Track it does have a lot of spray coming from it yet. Carlos in the chat. Alright, so the gap at the top starting to space out a little bit. Senna has Bill just behind him. Let's take a look at this battle for a little bit, shall we? These two know each other well. They raced each other an entire season last season in GP2. Bill gets a good run. And he pulled the gap down. Looks like Senna's going to try to break the toe. Is Bill going to go for it? I don't know if the speed is quite there yet. No, Senna's going to hold on to the position. On the camel straight into the chicane. Oh, Bill. I don't know what happened there. I wonder if he's lost his braking point. He's now down a little bit behind Senna. Holds onto the car though, so no damage. Hub's still battling Hellboy. So the gap's, Armadale's really starting to close in on JML. Still spray coming from those intermediates though, so it's not quite ready for the dry compound. Stig starting to lose a little bit of that time behind himself. Does have Harrison just behind, and Zero ready to pounce in case these guys make any type of mistake. On board. Some of the camera angles here are good, but the onboard is what we want to look at right now. Waiting for that track to dry out. It is starting to dry out quite a bit. Definitely some spray coming. Nobody's going to box yet and take the gamble. Harrison gets a good run there on Stig. Stig make... Oh, Harrison's Mercedes twitching that back end just a bit. 1,000 brake horsepower in the wet track. We'll do that. Amadale now 7/10 behind the leader of this race. Can he get himself closer? He's going to be in his toe now. No DRS yet either. So we're lap 6. If it's lap 8, you could possibly move to the medium compound. If it's, if it's lap 7, you can too, but it's going to be a stretch. You really have to manage those tires. We have a big battle now going on ahead of us. Stig really trying to hold on to that Alfa Romeo. He has Harrison, our championship leader, just behind him. Zero looking pretty feisty as well. This track has got to be, I mean, any second now I'm waiting for race control to tell us that DRS is now available. Because you can tell Stig is really struggling with these intermediates. I think this is going to be the time. I think JML, Amadale, and them are going to box. So, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Harrison does get around Stig. Let's take a look. Is JML going to pull into the pits? He is, so that means Harrison's going to have to stay out another lap, or are they going to double stack? Let's jump on board. No, Harrison's going to have to stay out. Sector 3 yellow for... I'm not sure who that was for. Is that Hubsy? Hubs is out of the race. What has happened to Hubs? Let's jump on board with Rostamol. Race control DRS is enabled. There's Hub's Alfa Romeo. What has happened to him? I wonder if he's just lost it. That is a shame for the Alfa Romeo driver this evening. How many guys? Let's take a look at the tire situation now. Lots of guys moving to the intermediates. We have Senna who's gone for a hard compound for a little bit of a difference. These guys, I think, are going to start to suffer. J-Mel's on a medium compound. Eke's right there. Bill stays out another lap on an intermediate compound. Couple guys, Soap has moved to a soft compound. Maybe looking for an aggressive two-stop here with the two soft compounds. Ross has moved to a hard compound. Senna has as well. It's going to be a bit difficult to get the heat into those tires because the track is going to be pretty cold, so it's going to take probably 2 to 3 laps to get those tires up to temperature. Enzo's moved to a medium compound. And Hellboy's got himself a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, a couple of these guys staying out. Not sure what for. You can see how slow they're going. I wonder why they stayed out another lap. I mean, JML is going to make a lot of time up on these guys. This could be his race. Let's see. These guys are definitely going to box now. Amadeo's into the pits. Harrison's into the pits. Stig's oddly into the pits. Not really losing a bit of traction there. But here comes JML. Yeah, he's going to pass all of these guys. Where's Eke? He's going to make gain on him as well. He can set his sights on that Mercedes ahead. DRS is now available to him. These guys now popping out of the pits. Maybe they're just trying to etch those mediums as long as they could. There goes Amandale just behind Eke. Harrison's on his way out now. Here comes Enzo. Enzo's going to get ahead of Stig. Now he's got Harrison. He's battled Harrison quite a lot in previous seasons, so these two know each other. Stig pops out right ahead of the Ferrari. DRS is going to be both there, so could they have a run at... Oh, that's close. Let's jump on board. You can hear the whine of that Ferrari engine. Stig goes a bit deep. And Zero's going to have a run on him. What a battle between the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo. Senna's a little down the ways. Bill on medium compound is going to have a nice run against himself and that Ferrari ahead of him. So on a soft compound, looking for the fastest lap. He's going to pass Rossimol with DRS down the Camel Straight. It's going to put him up to P11. Nice job done by the McLaren driver. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. JML with a 1.4 gap between himself and Eke. Eke setting purple sectors though, so this could spice it up just a bit. Amandale. Harrison in P4. His rival in P2 though, looking at a lead change here. He's almost within a second of JML. He is now down to 9/10, so DRS will be available for him. Eke sets the fastest lap of the race with a 47.9. I'm going to be interested in seeing what time Soap can put on the board. These guys should be able to take those mediums to the end. Stig right behind Enzo. Zero still right on the tail of Stig. Let's take a look here. DRS is Eke's. We'll bring him a lot closer to the Mercedes driver. Lap 9 out of 22 here. Keep an eye on these guys too. I'm going to see this battle going on. Stig, Enzo, and Zero. Enzo sitting with a time penalty. See if any of the other guys have a penalty come their way in this race. Some of these guys really attacking this curve, so I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of them are already on a warning or two. And so going a bit deep there. Stig getting ever so close. Really battling that Williams ahead of him. Be important too, seeing that Eke set a fast lap of the race. Stig gets close. Let's jump on board with Zero going up. I feel like the on board tonight is actually a little bit more interesting than Eke, or not Eke, Enzo locking up quite a bit there. Stig's gonna get a good run. Best is to tuck behind him and get the DRS down the Camel straight. This is going to be interesting. Heading up, El Rouge and the Radion. 3 cars battling each other, all fighting for traction. DRS is now his. Stig's going to go to the inside. Is Zero going to follow? Is this going to be 3 wide going into the turn? Well, give me a better camera angle than that. Oh, so Zero thought about it, but Enzo was able to hold on to that position. Stig up to P5 now. 5-second gap separates himself from Harrison. Let's see if Zero can get himself around Enzo. J-Mail's opened up a 1-second gap between himself and Eke. Stig has gotten himself a 3-second penalty, which is not going to help his case towards the end of this race. Only a couple drivers so far in this race have gotten themselves a 3-second time penalty. We have Stig, Enzo, we have Hellboy, and Soap. Enzo, I think, is really using that toe off the Alfa Romeo. J-Mail sets a fast lap. Let's see if Eke answers back. No, Harrison has this time. So the two Mercedes swapping fastest laps in the race here. DRS now both for the Williams and the Ferrari chasing the Alfa Romeo. I think SF1 Stig is going to be a sitting duck down the Camel straight. It's right on board, going up the hill. These guys will both have DRS. Enzo gets a really good run up the hill. Is Zero close enough for a run as well? There goes Enzo on the outside. Is Zero going to have a look at it? Zero's going to go to the inside. Side by side with the Ferrari. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's a bit of a collision. Oh, it sends Zero off the track just a bit. Amadeo gets himself a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to help Harrison now. Mercedes looking really strong in this race all of a sudden. Okay, getting closer and closer too. Really putting that pace in that Renault to catch the Mercedes ahead. Can Harrison do the same? He has Amadeo just ahead of him. That was a bit of a touchy situation with Zero and Stig there. Some of these guys look really dialed in. Enzo gets himself another time penalty. Some of these guys look really dialed in with their setup, and some of them are really, really battling these curves. Interesting that there's their pit box indications on. Wonder if they're thinking about a 2-stop. We'll see if any of these guys jump to a soft compound towards the end. Eke now 4/10 behind. Can this be a move for the lead here? Who's going to get the better run up the hill? It looks like it's going to be Eke. He's going to have a move with DRS. As J-Mail gives him a bit of a squeeze, but it looks like it's going to be Eke's move. Job done. J-Mail's going to pull behind Eke up to the lead of this Belgian Grand Prix with 10 laps remaining. Can he get himself distance on him? Harrison's chasing down Amadeo. These guys still battling each other like crazy. Where is Senna? Senna's down. He must have had a mistake somewhere. He's put on he's on the same compound, I think. Yeah, he is. Okay. Getting ahead of myself. But Bill makes it around Senna. Senna's trying to hold him to the back of him. Zero and Stig still having a look here at each other. Stig kind of battling those tires. I wonder if the mediums are starting to cook just a bit. So, gets himself a 3-second time penalty. J-Mail holding on. Looks like Harrison's starting to get right in that toe that Williams. Can J-Mail have a look at the lead? Sun is definitely shining now. 9 laps is all that we have left. Take a look at these two. Eke pulls the inside. He's going to hold the inside. How about Harrison? Harrison's a little further back. Eke, I think he's using overtake. No, he's not. Okay, Eke has some serious straight line speed in that Renault this evening. Harrison not able to get around Amandale that time around either. Stig is battling Zero yet again. Did I just see something fly off of the corner of that Williams? Not sure. Jump on board. No, Enzo's clear. He doesn't have any damage. Oh, Stig goes wide. Zero's up through. There's some epic battling going on between these two drivers. Zero wants to get up as far as he can, though, because the two Williams do have a time penalty, so he could find himself in a nice... Oh, Zero's lost it! Oh, no! Hangs onto the car, though. No damage. Tires are going to be a little overheated, but he's alright. Lives to see the last few laps. Just take it easy on those tires. And Hellboy's now right behind the Alfa Romeo. Sig is losing out from Enzo just ahead. Battling Zero for a while. Zero, unfortunately, hitting the curb and taking the long back end of that car out. So Stig can compose himself and get him closer. Harrison now right behind. JML still fighting Eke at front. See if Harrison can get closer to Amandale. Amandale gets a good run up the hill. Let's see if Harrison does the same. JML getting closer and closer to Eke. Close enough. Harrison pulling the gap down between himself. Both Amandale and Eke and that straight line speed on their cars this evening are working out really well. And Amandale locks up heavily going into that corner. Keep an eye on some of the other gaps. Doesn't seem to be too many. Some of these guys just taking it easy. Zero having that mistake. Will it happen again? Let's jump on board. I think he's a little timid there. He went down a gear in the 6th. Trying to really press to get himself closer to Stig, though, ahead. As Senna gets himself a 3-second time penalty. So the battle for the lead, let's keep an eye on this one. It's probably what everybody wants to see. Amandale is starting to creep into this conversation as well, so I wonder if he's towing Harrison along just a bit. Or I wonder if Eke's turned down just a bit to try to save some of those tires as Zero sets a fast lap of the race. I wonder, yeah, no, he hasn't pitted. He's just done that on old mediums. JML has DRS on Eke ahead. You get a nice rear view mirror. Is Harrison going to go for it here? He's going to go to the outside. Amandale's going to go. Nothing illegal there. A little bit of a late move back, but left enough room. JML trying to capture his first win at Spa. GP1 for SF1. Can he get closer? Both him and Eke, no time penalties to their name. So right now, as it stands, Eke would win this race. JML would finish second, and Harrison would be in third. So a decent night for the Mercedes duo. Soap gets himself another time penalty. Actually give you guys a rundown of the penalties. We have Amadeo on 3. We have Enzo on 6. We have Hellboy on 3. Stig is on 3. Zero is clears the whistle. Bills clears the whistle. We have Senna on 3, and Soap is on 9. Rasta is clean. So if Rasta can get a second down on Soap, he would be able to take 11. See the stops. Everybody so far making only one pit stop this evening in the race. Position changes. Bill's up 4 positions. We have Hellboy up 3. Harrison's up 2. We have Amandale up 2. Eke sets another fast lap for the race, trying to extend that gap between himself and JML, which is now 1.5. Amandale's closing in on JML just ahead, so that's going to help him with the battle between himself and Harrison just behind him. Lap 16. An eye on the tires. Go back to the tires. Stig trying to press that. Clarence just ahead. Zero's catching Stig up again too, so that could be another spicy battle to the already spicy battle we've seen so far this evening. As Zero now gets himself a time penalty. So now he's going to have to really push it on track to try to get ahead of Stig. Both sitting on 3-second time penalties. Amadale just keeping himself right in that battle between the two Mercedes. That's kind of helping Eke's case here. Eke leading by 1 second. Sector 1 yellow. We have a safety car. What has happened to Rasta? Rasta is out of this race. So yeah, I expect everybody to box for a soft compound here. You have nothing to lose, especially for the guys behind. Everybody's going to pull into the pits here for a soft compound, I'm sure. Late safety car could make this really interesting. Eke's going to stay out. JML's going to go in. How about the guys back here? They're going to pull into the pits. So Eke decides to stay out on his medium compounds. That could play a factor towards the end of this race. JML puts on a soft compound. It's going to double stack the Mercedes team. Enzo's on in. It's not going to make much of a difference since these guys are a little further behind. Is Enzo... No, Harrison did not get boxed in by anybody, so he's going to come out of this in P4 where he entered the pit. So no problem for the Mercedes team and the pit crew. I'll tell you what, this is really going to help out Bill and Senna, who are a little down the ways. Now they can box for a soft compound and have a battle. They could make up a couple positions too. I don't think either of them have a time penalty to their name. It's probably going to be a 3-lap shootout. I'm going to guess it's going to be 3 laps. Eke deciding to stay out on a medium compound. That, I don't know, that could hurt him. We'll see. Maybe he feels more confident on the mediums this evening. He could know something we don't know. Alright, so we're just waiting for the rest of these guys to catch up to the safety car, which I think it's not going to happen this lap. We're going to go back to green flag racing on lap 18 into 19. Some of the guys are exiting Sector 2 now. Lead packer entering the final chicane. What a call for a safety car. Unfortunately for Rossimo, I'm not sure what happened. And I think what caught Hubs out was the changing conditions from the intermediates to the mediums after the rain ended. But yeah, so far, this is going to be an interesting podium. I'm not sure who's going to finish. I wonder how many guys are really close to getting a penalty to their name. So Senna does have one. Bill could climb quite a lot this evening from some of the guys ahead of him that are on penalties. Should be going back to racing just after this lap. Alright, let's get ourselves ready. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this race just as much as I am. Like I mentioned, a low turnout, but these guys never cease to not battle each other and give us a good race. Coming down to the final stints here, everybody boxed except for Eke. I wonder if that was just a late decision call, I'm not sure. It's going to be hard to keep the temperature in those tires too. I noticed the more worn your tires are in this game, especially on mediums or hards for that matter, it's really hard to get the temperature back up underneath safety car conditions. But this man is a legend, so I'm not gonna guess anything by what his decision was. Should be going back to racing. Should get that call here any moment now too from race control. You'll see it in the bottom left corner. I might have to move my daughter because she's going for the cords. She's gonna come up with me. Alright, safety car is in this lap, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready to go racing for a final 3-lap shootout. What is going to happen here? We have to wait for the safety car to pull into the pit, so it is a long formation. Let's see how much Eke stacks these guys behind him. He has the right to set the pace and then put the foot down when he wants. Just have to wait for that safety car to pull in the pits, which looks like it's going to be the case right about now. So when Eke decides, he can go. He hasn't done it so far. Oh, that was close between Amadeo and JML. Amadeo gets a 5-second for severe collision with JML. We'll have to see that in the exit. So that could... JML gets one as well. Oh, no. We'll see if that's removed by the penalty stewards at the end. But we're back to green flag racing here for the final 3 laps. JML right behind. Amadeo has an end plate missing from that collision, so that could be interesting. That could help open the door for Harrison. And now, Zero following up the hill. Jump back through. With these two going for the lead, no DRS. It will be, I think, available the last lap of this race. JML fresh softs are going to be mighty quick compared to these more mediums of that case. Into the chicane. JML not able to make the move just yet. It's going to be unfortunate though. He's sitting on us 5 seconds. I wonder what will happen with the stewards. JML's looking for an opening. Not going to happen just yet. It's going to take the long way around now. Eke's making that Renault as wide as possible. Harrison now looking for a move around Amadeo. Not going to happen just yet either. Amadeo and Eke, or not Eke, Harrison. Oh, they're going to go side by side. This is going to be a bad call. Whoa, that was close. Zero now. Let's Jacob on board with this battle going ahead. Amadeo really making it a very bit difficult for him. Oh, there's a big gap going on here. Zero paddling the McLaren quite heavily. These guys not resting on their morals here. Stig's just behind as well. Stig looking for the inside of Enzo. Gonna turn to the outside. Ooh, there's a bit of a squeeze. No, there's room left. All these guys really pushing the buttons here. Looks like Almadale and Harris is still battling it out. Let's take a look at the beginning. Look at the stack of cars really going after each other. Stig thinking about going on the outside. Enzo and Stig still battling out. Bit of a squeeze again. But there's room. Stig gonna tuck it right behind. Jump on board with Harrison. He's gonna go to the inside using as much overtake as he can. So is Amandale. This is just helping, and JML has taken the lead of this race. Amandale really battling the car with that end plate missing. We have a sector 2 yellow. What has happened to the McLaren? Not sure what has happened to Soap. Harrison squeezes in the inside. Gives Amandale a bit of a medicine. Dishing out. Amandale goes a bit wide. Wow. Enzo, we're going to follow through. Hellboy makes his way through. Amandale now is going to be overtaken by his teammate. Stig is now coming through. Will Stig get the position? Amandale makes his car as wide as possible. Easy does it. Stig's going to get himself a 3-second time penalty for that. I wouldn't have tried to make a move there. I know you're going to get held out just a bit, but Senna's now looking quite pacey. This is really helping Bill in the final stages. We're going to have 2 laps left. My daughter is sitting on my lap going crazy. Eke can just use the toe to get himself the victory. Oh, she went down. Alright, she wanted down. I'm sorry. She slipped her way out of my lap. JML gets the fastest lap of the race. No, she loves playing with cords too, so I'm trying to keep her away from the cords. So we do have DRS this lap, so we're going to have 2 laps of DRS that could help Eke's case. The battle here for 0 gets itself back up to P4. Enzo and Amandale and Stig. Something is happening, I think, with Senna. He was ghosted. Bill's going to have... Let's jump on board with Bill, the Racing Point reserve this evening. DRS is going to be his. I think Senna's going to get it as well. He does. Stig battling Amandale. Can he get close enough? No, Cecily. She wants those cords at the bottom. Stig really fighting with the Williams. Amandale putting their shoulders out as much as possible. Enzo holding on behind. 0 really battling. McLaren here. No, Sassy. Okay. Amandale, 3-second time penalty as again. This is quite a battle towards the end. Penultimate lap here for the Belgian Grand Prix. Stig right on the gearbox of that Williams. Both have a time penalty, so I'm not sure what it's going to result to. We're going to jump on board with Senna with this battle between the guys. See if these two kind of keep it clean. What's going to happen? Stig getting a little out. Is he going to put it down the outside, try to make a switchback? Not going to be the case this time around. Final lap of this race. JML does lead. Will that hold on to a victory? He does have that 5-second. We'll see if the stewards remove that afterwards. Not sure what happened between himself and Amandale on the restart of this race. Here we go up the hill. Keep an eye on the rest of the gaps. Eke is only a second behind. Enzo's second behind Hellboy. Coming up the hill. Stig gets a little out of shape. Senna's really... he has Bill right there. Let's jump on board with Stig. Is he going to send it for this corner? Side by side they enter. Oh, there's a bit more contact, and there's more contact as well. That's not what we wanted to see. That's going to drop both of those drivers down the order. Soap, unfortunately, well, down the order there. But let's jump on board who's leading this race. 0 chasing down Hellboy just ahead, sitting on time penalty. Bill's going to make up a quick position here. Jump with the man who's going to take the checkered flag, but unfortunately in the game he's going to drop. Not sure what's going to happen in the stewards report afterwards. Something has happened to the Ferrari. Oh, he's dropping too. He's dropping. Let's jump on board with... Has he had a problem again? Let's jump with this man who's going to come to the final chicane and pick up the win for this Grand Prix. See what happens in the stewards report after during the week. JML crosses the line. 5-second penalty. Eke jumps him off that penalty alone. Harrison jumps his teammate into P2, so the championship rivalry continues. Hellboy finishes P4, Enzo P5, Senna, Bill finishes P5, penalty free. Enzo P6, Senna P7, 0 P8, Stig P9. Let's see where Almondale finishes. P10 as it stands, and I think Soap is going to cross the line in P11. And he's going to do donuts. And he's going to cross the line in reverse. Alright, that's going to be it. Give you guys a podium interview. Give you guys a look at the podium celebrations, then we'll jump into the podium interview. I have to put my daughter down because she's absolutely crazy, so I'll be right back. Alright, we'll give you guys a race result here for round 14. Eke picks up the win. As you see, Harrison in P2, JML P3. We have Hellboy in P4, Bill in P5, driver of the day. I would have to give that to him too. Clean race, gets himself the whole way up to 5th as a reserve. We have Enzo in P6, Senna P7, 0 P8, Stig P9. Amadale is P10, so P11, and we have 2 casualties this evening, unfortunately. Larostimol and Hubdy early in the race. Alright, let's get these podiums underway. There we go. Clock ticking now. Let's jump to the podium interviews. Let's get these guys in party. Right, we have Eke, Harrison.
Kyle, Jim, I won't be joining.
Alright. We'll start with you, Harrison. What a battle between yourself and Almadale in that last stint. But, I mean, the whole race was actually pretty crazy. There's a lot of things going on during that race, especially that late safety car at the end. Just give us a rundown of your race, especially in that rain. It looked like a couple guys struggling. It looked like you were struggling with the rear end grip a little bit too, coming into rain conditions.
Yeah, but went for a dry setup, which is always going to give you a disadvantage in the rain for the rear end. But quality didn't go my way, as you probably saw and validated my last 2 runs. So I think I started P6. Start-wise, it was an average start for me in the wet, because I was just taking it easy because of what happened in Britain last week. So I didn't want another start like that. Stig got ahead of me, but I think just at the beginning of Sector 2, I think it was Zero and Enzo tangled, I think. That gave me 2 positions pretty easy. Then I was just trying to get close to Stig, but with the rain it's hard to overtake around Spa. As we know in Marin, most tracks it is almost impossible to overtake in the wet. And later on in the interstint I managed to get by Stig because he was struggling with a lot with his rear, as I saw. Got by him, managed to pull away quite quickly, and tried to pull close to Armindale, Eke, and obviously my teammate. And then obviously the lap decision, obviously for the tyres. Obviously, because I'm a team manager for Mercedes, I don't do it as what Mercedes do in real life. As in like team orders for pit stops. I just let whoever's in front pit first, and whoever's behind pit second. So I let JML pit for mediums, and then I pit the lap after. Came back out pretty much in clean air, just in front of end zone, and just pulled away, trying to catch Amondale. Got up to him, but just couldn't overtake him. And then obviously the safety car came out. I was debating whether to stay out or pit for softs, but from a similar race where we had conditions like this, I think last season at Belgium, where Enzo stayed out, and I managed to overtake him in the last few laps. So I decided to pit for the softs, and obviously I got stuck behind Damondale, who got wing damage at the safety car restart. And I'm not really happy with his manner of driving in the last chicane there, because I was ahead at the end of the braking zone and just literally turns across me on the second part of the chicane. But I'll let the stewards deal with that. I'm not getting angry with it, because I still got the position in the end as I pulled an overtake down the inside of the hairpin in sector 2. And I think if I've 1 or 2 laps, maybe I would have caught Eke, but I think it was just a bit too far out of reach in the end there. But I'm still happy with, even though it's effectively P2, but I know JML's going to get his 5-second time penalty removed, so it will be P3 in the end. But I'm still happy with the result, because it's been one of my better races for the actual race. As we saw from Canada, I had the disconnection and the wing damage, and it's just
a little bit of weight off your shoulders. I know what it is.
Yes, a little bit of weight off my shoulders, yeah.
All right, congratulations, Harrison.
Thanks.
Moving on to Eke. What a race for yourself this evening. Looked like in the rain you were struggling just a little bit, but once the dry came out, you did your Eke thing and just put the throttle down, and you really put yourself in a nice battle with JML pretty much the entire race. You swapping positions with them. The only question I had at the end, not boxing for those soft compounds, I think was just, I don't know if it was that a late decision mistake, or do you feel more comfortable on the mediums this evening?
It was the problem that I was in the lead, so I wasn't sure what the other guys would do. So if I pitted and everyone else stayed out, then that pretty much would have meant that I would be in a train with others on the mediums, I'm on soft, so that would have made it much harder for me. So I went for the track position at the end.
All right. But yeah, I don't know what happened between Amandale and JML, but grabbing the win on track and catching Harrison just close. I'm going to put a little fire between you guys. I think it's going to be quite a spicy battle. We have 4 races left. Do you guys think it's going to come down to the final race?
It's possible, I think. Depends how the next 2 races go, I guess.
That's right.
Personally, I would like it to be like that, because obviously last season I did win it because Anton wasn't there. But with Eke being here basically every race, it gives me a challenge.
Keeping it live.
Anton, yeah, exactly. That's what I like, because it's here. How do I say it? Basically, when we're racing each track, it just takes the mistakes out when we need to push. So it's like, even though I qualified bad, I finished behind Eke basically on track today, so I've lost minimal points as possible. Even though I could have improved in quali, which I didn't, but I'm still losing less points than I would have hoped.
Yeah, if you want to ask somebody who's really terrible at qualifying, just ask me. Yeah, I'm terrible at qualifying. I know what it's like. But I'm gonna give you guys congratulations today on your podiums. Solid race from your side, or from yourselves this evening. So, big round of applause for both of you guys.
Thanks.
All right, where are we at? We are at Abu Dhabi next week, aren't we?
Yes.
All right, so we will catch you guys there. Good luck next week. I don't think I'll be here. I'll actually be on vacation, so we'll see if we can get SF1 Carlos to cover the stream. But until then, solid race again for you guys. Thank you everybody who tuned in. Appreciate all the comments and keeping myself entertained, but even though this race was definitely entertaining to watch. We will see you guys next week, same time, same channel at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for round 15, where you'll see these guys battle it out even more for that championship. 4 rounds remain. We'll see what happens. But until then, SF1 is going to sign up for this evening. We will see you next week. Good night, everybody.